in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
On the set.
Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's hit him. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. On the move to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 44. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
And I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st and 10, Mills. That'll be caught. It's the tight end Howard. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Robinson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Jaguars at 4 and 10 now on the year. Well, they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. That's complete to Pierce. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Off the play fake, Mills. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Lawrence. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
They go play action with Lawrence. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. With such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visitors getting the win there. So they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
To throw again is Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down at the 44-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence going deep here for Watkins. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is? It could be for the game the way that things are going right now. I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They go again with Pierce. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow, knocked him for a loss.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Play fake. Mills. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw deep.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find...
And my goodness, another interception. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A 1st down throw for Mills. Touchdown! O.J. Howard in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Texans would extend their lead here just before halftime. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Maybe time for 1 play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Here we go!
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
But one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down. And this may be all for naught. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Mills to throw it. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Way to go.
From the 31, Lawrence. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Max Williams, 31 yards. And the Jaguars take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 62 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. 1st down, they go right back to Pierce. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Robinson with another carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll run here with Pierce. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Pierce gets this one running right.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking downfield for Jones. And my goodness, another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Singletary again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Jags grab it.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Ready, set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
Again, it's Jones. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Here's Logan Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line. Let's go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Okay, ready?
And they take a knee. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. And they will take a knee here.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Texans, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's another loss as they now